Hello there, Libra. Welcome to Secret Shaman Oracles and to your oracle messages. Also, this big black ball of fur is actually my cat Lenny, who has joined the reading. Anyhow, Libra, let's find out what Spirit wants you to be aware of. And this is for Libra in Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh my goodness, we've got this playfulness. So it looks like Spirit wants you to take time to enjoy yourself, enjoy others, and you can look forward to a time to be playful, okay? Now, there may be something here too where we have to, do things to restore balance. So if it's been, if it's been all about work and rush, 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 well, get playful, be playful. I also feel that nature spirits are calling you, and you may even have a strong connection to the ancient, I meant to say, wow, nature spirits, but yes, they are ancient nature spirits here. Fairies, wizards, elves. Now, take it if it resonates. Some of you may not resonate with that, but look forward to a time to be playful. But you may need to, take this if it resonates. You may need to practice being playful with yourself. Now let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. I'm seeing some magic here. New beginnings. Wow. The call of a new era, the call of a new season. How about that? A season to feel playful, to feel light, to have even a fresh start. And I'm sensing something about abundance, okay? So abundance comes in all forms, including time to play, including new beginnings. I mean, notice it is plural, and we're talking about abundance. Wow, Libra, you've done something here where Spirit wants you to not question yourself, your path. And there may be something here too where, it's okay and safe to open yourself up. I'm just noticing how this person's arms, are behind their back. They got their chest open here. And even in this, fairy here too. So there's something about feeling safe to be vulnerable. Okay, because this is a time of great synergy. It's a time of enhancement and leveling up for you. Let's continue and see what else. I get Earth sign coming through. Oh, what in the world? What in the world? Okay, I'm just saying that because didn't I just say that word? Synergy. Well, there you go. I mean, this is what we're talking about. And creating more, good things. But here we are in this place where, like I was talking about being safe to be vulnerable, because we see the exchange is so beneficial between you, your environment, you and another or others. Tangible and intangible things. Start to really notice this. And I feel that if you are in this place of, being lighthearted and playful, the more that you're going to sense synergy. And when you sense this synergy, you're not questioning a lot of things. You're in this place of restored balance. Angel numbers may be speaking to you. How does the environment speak to you? Because it is communicating to you, and so is Spirit. Revisit, reflection. Okay, so this might be a time where it's okay, to revisit something. What I'm getting is Six of Cups, actually. This is interesting in the way of this synergy too. Now, Six of Cups in tarot speaks about memories. It does speak about the past. Let's get a little bit more about this revisit. Because there's something about you utilizing your wisdom for what's to come here. Okay, let's get more about this revisit for you. I really like these colors too. This is like really pretty how it... Okay, sorry, I just wanted to point that out there. All right, let's get a little bit more about this revisit for you, Libra. What's important for Libra to know about this revisit? You got some type of good luck going on here. It's all okay. This is so interesting. Something is coming back. Now, take it how it resonates for you. Could be something from your past experience. You know, absolutely, you're, being productive in the past is paying off. Good luck is following you. But also, there's something coming up with past life. Understanding something here. So, Libra, don't feel that you have to push yourself hard. In fact, right now, if you're in this place where you feel like you're battling against time, you're not finding your balance, you got to take a step back, you got to seek refuge, you have to find that quietude for self-reflection, because there's something going on with you revisiting luck. Go back and remember how you were thinking. How were you feeling when you felt lucky in life? Because guess what? It's coming back, baby. Luck is revisiting you once again. This is your season. Yay. Okay, and I like how it's like, look at that, 666 777. Okay, let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Also, you're going to be seeing new things growing in your own life, Libra, that are unexpected here. So I would say just expect luck, but don't put your attachment on how it needs to look, when it needs to come. That's Spirit's job for you. All you got to do is come back to this place and revisit things that make you feel lucky too. But I know you've experienced luck on your side. Authenticity, potential, new beginnings. Here you are in your most genuine and authentic self, especially when we are in the vibration of being playful, because this is where we've reclaimed our innocence. It's also where we are reclaiming time, right? Where I know you've experienced this, where you're having fun and you're not worried about time, and all of a sudden it's like time just stands still. Or maybe the opposite, you just can't believe all of a sudden it's like 3 hours later or 4 hours later, and only felt like maybe 30 minutes. There's a lot of potential with the new beginnings. This is why I was talking about, try to not put too much emphasis on how something needs to show up and what it needs to look like. Just know you're in a place of, like spirals of manifestations, plural. And the potential of what you're becoming is unlimited. Just stay true to yourself, because your authenticity is paying off in big ways, more than you can see right now. I'm noticing this butterfly here too. Transformation, transformation. What is possible from your transformation? You've already gone through a transformation. Now you've solidified it. Now we're stepping into that new beginning with that new energy. Yes, sometimes we still have the old showing up, and that's okay too. Only if we're where we can revisit that past, or whatever it is that we need to revisit to gain that knowledge and that wisdom to move forward in a more authentic and genuine way. Let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Okay, this might be a challenge. Libra, there's something a little bit challenging though with this self-love. We're trying to find our balance. I feel it is about trying to slow down a little bit, whether it's trying to, what fits in your situation, Libra, because it will be different for each and every one of you. And absolutely, it could be a combination of these things. But do you find like your mind is just going crazy and too fast? Learn to meditate, learn to be in control. Also, try not to control every single thought. Sometimes just allowing them to kind of pass by, helps it release itself, okay? Now, or is it emotions, or is it physical? Are we just doing too much? This is the thing. We have to invest in ourselves. And for some, it's hard because, depending on how you grew up, or you know, whatever you're focused on, sometimes it's hard to stop a little bit and take some time to, you know, self-indulge in healthy ways. So let's get a little bit more, because, you know, we got this whole thing about new beginnings. And when you're in this place of self-love, this is also indicating fulfillment just up ahead. And when you're doing things that causes you to feel good, because you're taking care of yourself, you know, you energetically are planting new seeds. And this is, you know, and I'm saying new seeds in life. And that's why I'm talking about, you know, the spirals of manifestation, because you've got multiple seeds going out at one time. Let's get a little bit more about this self-love. More butterflies here. I was going to say something about that, because I was noticing something about 2 butterflies here. All right. Self-love is important, especially when it comes to intimate bonds, spiritual bonds, whatever bonds and partnerships Spirit is bringing to you. Spirit wants you to feel full, you know, not full of yourself. That's the opposite. You know, I'm just playing around, but full, right? Because there's something about you feeling balance being restored within yourself. And when we have a situation where we are connecting with others, we feel a harmonious balance, that real sense of synergy and appreciation with you, with another or others, and also other things that are in your own world and environment. Self-love is important because, yes, you are opening yourself up more and more to bonds here that heaven is sending you, because you have gone through that transformation. And Spirit wants you to feel good and proud of yourself, and also supported and not alone. Yes, there are times in life where we do feel alone. We do feel isolated. We may even feel like we don't belong, but you do. You're just on a different path here, Libra, that's causing you great luck, great circumstances, and something that, you know, we don't even know yet, because the potential's there. So what can or what is becoming? Just be playful. I mean, you don't want to sit there and think too hard. It's not about thinking too hard. It's just about relaxing more. What else for Libra? Ooh, look at that fire spirit energy. Okay, this is where we're taking our control. Well, yeah, some of you may already have your power back, right? And you're controlling things instead of allowing things to feel out of control. But with this fire, you know, this is a new beginning. This is a new creation. You know, fire does destroy, but it also can be the opposite. It can create things. You know, that fire, if it's out of control, we lose control, okay? So there's something strong here with you understanding something from the past where maybe, you know, desires or passion may have, just hear me out, may have got spiraled out of control, or it was too much to where we felt burnt out, to where we felt we were losing ourselves, or our brains and our right thinking went out the door. And then now we're feeling a little tired here. But I want you to see how Spirit is gifting you, you know, infinite energy here. Even the smallest fire can grow into something bigger. Now let's get a little bit more with this fire spirit, because I feel like there's a lot going on with this energy here. Let's get more in what Spirit will allow us to see here with fire spirit. It's almost, you know, it's almost like it's like you might, okay, why am I getting something like, it's like something you thought was all gone. It's really not. It's like your power is also revisiting you. You know, these things that you might felt were slipping away perhaps. Now you're coming into a place where you can start to see things be more stable for you. Oh my God, look at that. Yes, abundance, prosperity, feeling like you are enough too. I have to point that out. You're enough just the way you are. Don't feel like you have to be more, prove more, do more. Just be you, be authentic, be genuine, because this is what attracts opportunities, abundance to you. Pay attention to how, you feel about things right now. It's really important to just feel good or just be at peace, because Spirit is saying there's some type of new abundance coming to you, an infinite supply here, because you're in this place of synergy, working well with yourself, working well with your environment, with others, and yes, maybe even creating something much more grand and beautiful than, one component can do on its own. This is why it's important to, be in this place of openness, but also strength, so that we're assured of our own boundaries as well. I just see this fire spirit as someone too that is grounded and rooted and in control. It's like they're making sure that this fire stays at this right level here, because they have mastered something, and that's what you've been doing. You've been mastering something. Yes, you are a work in progress here. Now I feel for those Libras out there that have been very productive, maybe in your occupation, or maybe your money, maybe it's, whatever you've been productive about, maybe it's just personal growth and it's not really a tangible thing. Somehow, some way, it's paying off, and it will pay off in tangible forms too. Money, resources, people, it's all coming back to you, but more and better. Be open to bonds, okay? And if you, because some of you, it's like you taking this time out, right? Playfulness and investing in yourself is also part of self-love. You're going to find yourself being able to harmonize with others, whether you feel that you get along with them right now or not, because you've taken care of your own needs here in a healthy and productive way. We're just talking about this, feeling rooted, feeling grounded and strong. I was kind of just seeing her as a tree for some reason. And look at this. We've got this elf that is sitting by a tree here, being grounded and rooted. You're creating something stable in your life. And also, when it comes to a particular bond or bonds, you can be assured of some type of great stability. Again, because it's just mutually beneficial, and it works, right? It's like we found with that self-love, it's like we found our independence. And then once we find and be in this great place of feeling good about our independence, now we get into this place of being interdependent in a healthy and fluid way. Now notice the swans there. There is something strong about soulmates here. I'm just putting that out there. And again, soulmates show up in all forms: family, love, friends. Sometimes it's not even, a long thing. Sometimes a soulmate could just be in, someone that maybe you just had some type of special encounter with. But I will say there is something strong though about having, time spent with these special bonds that either you have now and they're deepening, or you're going to be coming into new bonds here that will only get stronger with time. What else? So we got fire energy, we've got earth energy coming through, and also water energy. Bravery. So let's see, what is this? Playful. It's coming out. Oh, this is really interesting too, because it's actually saying the exact same thing. Playfulness, playfulness. Okay, but why the bravery here? You know, because I feel like this is that energy here. So what's up with this bravery? Because some of you, it may take and require courage and bravery to reclaim your innocence, right? Because we may have had earthly matters consume us so much, you know, that we've become a little bit, you know, rigid here. So yes, it may take some bravery here to be playful and not to be thrown off guard by something or someone. Let's get more about this bravery. Choices. You're going to have some type of triumph, especially when it comes to stabilizing things, to seeing your hard work pay off. Choices. Be brave in your choices right now. This is it. This is this new beginning. So Spirit is saying, yes, it may require bravery to keep choosing to be lighthearted, to keep choosing to trust, to keep choosing to be playful. Because it's easy to get in a place where, you know, it's just another day, right? And we're not doing anything but just having to do what we got to do. But it's all about choices right now and to feel good. Because your choices are leading you up to a situation where you have triumph and deserved respect, and also a deserving time of, you know, leisure, recreation, fun. What else? This change is coming. Oh boy, look at that twin flame. This bonds. This is why you're coming into this opportunity to engage with another and others in a way that is very playful, and there's a distinct quality in these connections, Libra, where it's so genuine and authentic. You don't even question it because, you know, you feel the frequency of others. And there is a change when it comes to a relationship change, because it's an up-leveling here. Someone is entering your life, Libra, that may change your life, guaranteed here, and vice versa. Let's get more about the twin flame. So Libra, you should start noticing things that are, you know, happening for you that you feel that you're reflecting back, like this is you, right? Like you can see yourself in nature and in others. This is where you're creating this up-leveling in spiritual bonds, in love. This isn't people pleasing. This isn't I have to do this and be with this person. It's a natural attraction. You're changing. You've been changing. You've been pursuing great spiritual growth or personal growth, and you're getting paid in a myriad of ways. And also, I got to put this out there, Libra, you know, you've reached a level here where your choices are creating a great fulfillment. One of the greatest fulfillments I think a human can experience. Because your emotional state, your spiritual state, your mental state, and your physical state really expands, and it's really no limit. It's just going to get stronger. And see, awareness. We're very aware of the right choices, but we're aware of who and what we are and who others are too. I wouldn't be surprised if you went through some great, crazy maybe changes and awakenings. Because again, you're up-leveling your own spiritual awareness and growth, which is causing good luck. It's causing abundance coming towards you because you've recognized something so divine within yourself. And if you're not already seeing it, you should start seeing and noticing the divine energy that's playing out in all things. I'm saying all things, not just humans. The self-love is so important because when you get into this scenario of a twin flame, you are in this place where you're not taxing on each other's energies because you've done some type of great soul work, a great sacred process here that is very divine. And not all souls get to be in this place at this life in this lifetime. What else? Now look at the flames. Oh my God, look at that. Look at this. 2 flames. Flame, twin flame. I'm going to tell you that this will create something that will exceed your expectation when these energies come together. And they come together at the right time in divine's timing, it creates something grander and greater. And it's not just a blessing for you and another, it's a blessing for the entire world, actually. Because as each of our souls starts to grow and evolve, we start to invoke and embed and infuse an energetic ley line on this earth to help the earth also vibrate at a frequency of love and light too. Every time we're making choices through awareness, we start to change things. We start to shift realities. But when we're inside the fire, we can't change anything because we're in the fire. And that means, you know, being frustrated, being stressed, being pissed off. Maybe even also allowing desires to overtake so much that we can't think straight. But that's okay too. You know, we all have to learn. That's why we have to, you know, go through the wrath, go through the fire, so to speak, because we have to understand our own limits too. So it's not to, you know, make you feel bad, and it shouldn't, because we all have to go through it. You know, no one's immune from going through their own days of reckoning or realizing things. But your choices in life had led you to a fantastic opportunity, and I really hope you take this on. And I feel like I brought this up about the past life, and it's just because this twin flame is something that's eternal. You know, past life or not, it doesn't matter. This is something that's eternal and it can never be destroyed. It's a living life of its own. What else? And it's basically choosing you to experience this wonderful way of being, living, thriving, Libra. Oh, my cat just got scared. Look at Master 11, or the master number of 11 here, an awakened soul. This is why we're truly aware of the things that are mirroring back to us that we actually like. That's the thing right there that we like. We love it. We recognize something spiritual or something sacred, even in the most smallest, minute, or mundane things. That is a gift because you have changed something within your own soul here. You shed the darkness that has overshadowed, you know, the greatness within you or the greatness within others. You've went through tremendous heartbreak too. That's leading you up to a great fulfillment. Yeah, you're a fast learner. Spirit says you are a fast learner. You're accelerating quite quickly here. Okay, look at this. Oh my God, look at the 11s here. I mean, that's another indication of twin flame, you know, 1111. Also make a wish. This is a level of mastery here. Make your wishes. You know, I was talking about spirals of manifestation, putting all these seeds out. These are your wishes. Now, the secret on making wishes and understanding how they come true for you is to feel and see what it is you want, but don't put, don't put a specific package around what it is you want. That's spirit's job. But you will recognize it because it will be a wish of yours, and it will bring you great fulfillment. And so don't be challenged if I say to not put a package on what this wish should look like, because it will always exceed your expectation, and you'll be glad that you left yourself open to seeing what's available. It's all about that potential here. We've got this abundance. We got something very attractive going on here too. What else? Passion. Okay, I feel like this one's, okay, mindfulness. Yeah, I feel that this, okay, look at how we're in control. So there is something that spirit recognizes within you, and you also recognize it within yourself. If not, you will soon, like real soon, like quickly, where, I was just talking about passion, desires, things that, yes, if it's not tempered with mindfulness, it can go wild. It can get out of control. But we've learned something. This is where you're putting your wisdom to use. Practical use by being mindful. This is where we have our power. We control this. And we're aware of this. Now, Spirit's also saying, there is some type of new growth that's happening here too. So be open and be aware for inspiring ideas, inspiring opportunities. I mean, opportunities that lead you to, planting new seeds in your life that may even be unexpected. But you get to enjoy the growth. Now, I will say though, you've done some work here in the past, and it's like you're finally going to see, and I'm getting this thing about breathing a sigh of relief, because now we get to see that our productiveness in the past really did pay off. What else? Angels are talking to you big time. I'm looking at all these angel cards that are coming out here. Unconditional love, twin flame, awareness. Because the twin flame, okay, let's go back to a little bit here. Twin flame is connected to spirit here. This is why we're in this place of unconditional love, feeling secure, feeling dedicated, loyal in a way that's natural. This is what I'm talking about. It's not like, you have to, there's no worrying of anything here. But I will point out something. Because it can get uncomfortable, because when you're opening yourself up in a very vast and big way, it also requires one to reflect back too. Because this is a mirroring effect here. And there's always going to be little challenges when we have to mirror something, or someone is mirroring something back at us. But this isn't a way where it's a relief once we know or witness something that doesn't serve you, a belief or being closed off, because this is going to open you up, and you should let it open you up. Because if you don't let it open you up, you will sabotage abundance. And this includes, emotional abundance, mental abundance, material abundance, spiritual abundance. I mean, you've gotten this far, Why not enjoy it? What else? Okay, I feel like my camera might be a little off here. Everything's kind of crooked. Oh, well. Sanctuary. Find your sanctuary, Libra. Where is your sanctuary? You need it. This is part of the new beginnings. New beginnings, abundance, right? Having time to actually be in a place of stillness, quietude, doing what we want. That feels good and productive. Let's get more about sanctuary. Look at that earth spirit too. Whether it's indoors or outdoors, a time of forgiving and releasing. And maybe even forgiving yourself. You know, I feel that we can always be so hard on ourselves. But there is a need to keep releasing, okay? Keep forgiving. We have this whole thing about unconditional love. And it doesn't mean that we condone, you know, the hurts or what people have done, especially if it was awful. But it does mean that we love ourselves enough to not allow it to hold into our vibration. Because we know that if we hold in our vibration, we're just going to block something here. And by the way, whatever you have to forgive, whatever replaces this or comes into play here, it's going to be exactly what you've always known you deserve and always wanted. Look, all that black that's around that heart here. See how that heart is white and it's light? That is your energy. This is like your, you know, you're in this place of purity, right? But because of maybe conditions or circumstances or maybe even negative influences or people or thinking, you know, we've got this shield around our heart. So it's important to create that sanctuary for yourself so that you can be in this place of unconditional love. You know, forgiveness is not always easy either, Libra, and it doesn't, you know, it may just take some time. But you've done a really good job thus far. So, I mean, I wouldn't worry too much. I really wouldn't. And I feel this is actually, a lot of you have already done this work. And now it's like a reset. The sanctuary is causing you to come back to a place of resetting yourself, restoring balance, and being far more powerful than you realize. And I hope that a lot of you are already feeling powerful. But I know that there are some Libras that it's you know, you're getting there, okay? Now let's continue and see what else. Habit. Okay, good habits, bad habits, we don't know. Pay attention to habits here. I want more about this habit, please. I mean, we do have this new beginnings and playfulness, you know, and we're talking about, you know, things where you feel that is overtaking maybe your happiness, right? So let's get more about habit. Whoop. Go with the flow. Now, I feel, Libra, Spirit is just saying, pay attention to when maybe you stop the flow and just go with the flow. Because yes, you're in this path where, you know, you're meant to meander. It's not just a straightforward path. And so there's things that Spirit wants you to enjoy along the way. You know, this is like the twists and turns of life too. But you are in the flow. Now, pay attention to habits that make you feel restricted, or not open to new beginnings, or going back to some type of pattern. Because this is where, you know, you are becoming very strong and wise in your choices. And here you are like this wizard of awareness, knowing and aware of who and what you really are and how much power and control you do have. My cat's in the way. All right, what else? 3 of Ariel, good news. Good, real good news. Libra, you're really in this place of building something solid for yourself that you can feel good about. Okay, so 3 of Ariel is earth sign. Do you love, I was going to say, do you love? That's not what it says. But anyhow, well, actually, do you love your work? If not, you got to get playful. You might be burnt out. Anyhow, do what you love, or you will do what you love. A time of great personal growth. Okay, there's Lenny. A time of great personal growth in your career or Oh my God, he's just passing out on my arms like that. Okay, well, Lenny, I can't continue Libra's reading. Okay, let's see. A time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. Look at synergy. And I definitely get 6 of Cups, okay? So whether it's like people that you have now or friends, family, or new people, the experience is feeling that synergy amongst one another here, that interdependence. Expect some good news too. And also with the 3 of Pentacles, you're building up your wealth as well. It may not seem like it right now for some of you, but you are. All right, let's see here. We'll just put his little head down. Okay, what else for Libra? Ooh, you are up-leveling big time. Transmuting limitations, transmuting things that may have made you feel like you were being, stunted in your own growth. Or the opposite, you were brave enough to not allow things to stunt your own growth. So yes, you went through the fire and you've been reborn here into something magnificent, something powerful. Someone who is mastering something and in control of their own destiny. Because you found something within yourself. Soar and fly high. The phoenix rising is a mystical bird, magical. It's like maybe if others, maybe even yourself or others may have thought, okay, is Libra gonna come back or bounce back? Yes. Oh my God, I'm sorry for those that are getting a little irritated with my cat, but this is also just how it is here at times, because I love my cats and they're part of the show, okay? Anyhow, let's continue. 7 of Ariel. There's a lot going on with monetary things. There's a lot going on in the material realm too. Okay, you have invested wisely, see? You have invested wisely. Now the 3 of Ariel, the 3 of Pentacles, we are in this place of being, maybe even just starting to get noticed or recognized, starting something where we fine-tuned our own craft here and mastering that. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. Review the harvest. Wait for the harvest. Okay, so play while you wait. And this may be a different thing for a lot of you Libras out there, because you have a habit of just keep doing it, keep doing the same old, same old. But now you've stepped into abundance, more and more. Good for you. 7 of Pentacles, Earth sign coming through. What else? Oh, look at that, starry night. This is destiny. This is love. This is hope. This is acceptance. I mean, this is the epiphany of self-love, because you have recognized that even in the darkest, okay, whoops, I'm scared of my cat going on my equipment here. So if you don't mind, Libra, I'm gonna let him go outside, out of the room here. There you go, buddy. Love you, Lenny. I love you, buddy. Sorry, I gotta kick you out, buddy. Okay, acceptance, self-love. Okay, let me just get this a little organized here. You have witnessed and recognized the dark and the light within yourself. You recognize it in others, or you're about to, but you're not in a place where you're judging it. You are feeling far more above it. This is why I was talking about, transmutation. I was thinking of transcending. But yes, we've transmuted energy into something more powerful, invigorating. And this is exactly what you're doing, because You have shifted and changed anything that has been negative or dark within yourself. And when it does happen again, because it will, you know, we are humans and we live this life and we're always going to be thrown some, you know, unexpected things or negative things, but you're in more control over it. It doesn't hinder you or stop you in any way because you can see even the divineness in that. I would say if you're having a hard time loving yourself, quit being critical to yourself too. And that's what I'm getting for a lot of you Libras. You might, you know, too hard on yourself. You know I'm kind of guilty of it too. Okay. But we have to be accepting of ourselves because here you are shining bright like a star, being accepted. I mean, you have been accepted by heaven because that's where you're from anyways. But it's like shining bright like a star and allowing others to see you too. And seeing your progress. What else for Libra? Spirit has a plan. Okay, let me just make sure. Are these upside down? They are upside down. Oh my God, look what this just came out when I flipped it over. Reclaim your power. That's exactly what you're doing. Look at that fire energy. So your job is to just reclaim your power. You have to reclaim it by being powerful. You know, no one to say no, so that you can enjoy the simple things in life that are invigorating, that helps you nurture your own self, your own power. You know, going out into nature more and more, getting away from, you know, the fast-paced life if some of you are in that. Because I know that there may be some kind of chaos going on here, but it is your job right now to find that way. And to not worry. Spirit has a plan. Spirit has a plan. I mean, this is so fitting. You know, you're already hooked up to the most important lifeline, which is Spirit. Now let Spirit take care of you by trusting more and more. Trust in your own destiny. A lot of you believe in others so much. Put all of that into yourself right now. Or I should say you believe in others' potential so much. Do it to yourself. And also the Seven of Ariel is someone who, you know, who's been working hard, you know, tending and nurturing. Maybe even hovering over the things that they've been working so hard at just to see if it's growing. So you got to step back and get playful, okay? Well, it's growing. Change. We got dragonfly spirit here. Yeah, you're making up your mind or you're coming to some type of conclusion. You've also changed your mind about things, and that's okay too, and it's a good thing. Because yes, things are becoming far more clear, or they will. You know, I was talking about transcending. This is transmutation, but I do see something about transcending even illusions. Right? We can see things for what they are. This is why I get this whole thing about that starry night of acceptance. By the way, I would say this is closely associated with Aquarius. I want more too with the dragonfly spirit and see what Spirit will give us with this change. Security. Yay. We got this whole thing about stability. Three of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, two cards forming great security for yourself too. A changed mind is creating blessings in your life. And the reason why I'm saying change mind is because you've decided and changed your habits. You're seeing like even the habits possibly most likely of others and whether it's good or not good, right? Do we want to follow that or be influenced by that? Yes or no? That, I mean, this is this whole thing. Being brave enough to say no to those things and brave enough to say yes to the good things. Because it does take, you know, mastery here to know when to be strong enough to stand your ground, and even strong enough to be vulnerable and open when it's the right time. Let's see, what else? Patience. Oh, look at that foggy bog. So just like in the natural world, you know, we have these, we have different, you know, weathers, right? We got the fog coming in, and look at this. Is it a heron or a crane? Oh, no, crane. Cautiously having to go slow, but not even that, because we can't see up ahead. Remember, Spirit has a plan. Now, Spirit's plan for you is to sit and play right now, okay? Because the fog needs to run its course. And the fog is not going to be a permanent thing. It's a temporary holdup. But there are reasons why. So if things aren't going as fast enough, it's because you're meant to be playful and not worry about, you know, hurrying something along. Again, maybe it's a habit that we are breaking, or we have broken. Okay, that's actually it, Libra. So we're going to find out how Spirit is currently helping you, that you should be aware of, okay? How is Spirit currently helping Libra? Change, inevitability. Okay, let's get a little bit more about that, inevitability. And, you know, I'm seeing this 911. It's like Spirit is calling you, manifestation. It's inevitable. I was talking about those spirals of manifestation. Like, you know, what you're becoming and what you're doing, the frequency and the vibration that you have shifted and changed within your own self also is changing things around you too. And, you know, Spirit is helping you, you know, form new things into your life to feel powerful when it comes to manifesting the good that you deserve. Because what Spirit is saying is something is going to be manifested here. And I feel that it's magical and it's a miracle for you. And now I'm like seeing this, you know, how we're living this like duality too. Knowing, you know, yes, you're human, but also experiencing spiritual flight, spiritual awareness, understanding that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. Now let's find out what you have to look forward to in the near future before we end the reading for you. What does Libra have to look forward to in the near future? Truth. Bonds, security, yourself, knowing all, seeing all. You know, it's just talking about things, maybe transcending illusions, receiving some type of truth or final decision. This is what you have to look forward to, the truth of your life. I mean, let's just get real here. Once you have this, anything is possible, Libra. Now, I hope that this was helpful for you. Love and light. Take care.